Hi everyone, today I am going to show you how to do an inventory valuation calculation using the FIFO method. Let me do the calculation which I have given to you using the store ledgers first. After that I will show you a shortcut method to arrive at the final answers. So let me do this calculation what I have given. 1st February there is opening how many units? 100 units are there. And each unit value is how much? $2. So you can take your opening balance directly under your balance column. So I'll write the date 1st February. How many units are there? 100 units are there. Each unit value is $2. Then what's the value of that 100 units? It should be $200. So that is done. Next one. 5th February, you purchased 200 units. Each unit at a rate of $2.4. So whatever the purchases, you have to write it under your purchase column. So I'll write it 5th February. You are purchasing how many units? 200 units. Each unit price is how much? $2.4. So 1 unit is $2.4. If you purchase 200 units, what's the total value of the 200 units? It's $480. Now let's complete the balance column. So if you take number of units, before purchasing the new materials or inventory, you had 100 units. Now you purchase new 200 units. So in total, how many units are there now? In total, 300 units are there. Already you had 100, new you purchased 200. So in total, 300 units are there. When you are looking at the value column, the total column, before you purchase, you had a value of $200 for your inventory and you purchased $480 worth materials. So 200 you had, 480 worth materials you purchased. So this will go up to how much? It will go up to $680. So here I will write and keep the working 200 plus 480. And next, third one. Company making an issuance. When is that? 12th February. How many units? 108 units. Now this is the place where you have to be very focused. When you are making an issuance using the FIFO method, you have to issue whatever the materials or whatever the inventory that you received first. FIFO. First in, first out. Whatever the materials received first, you should issue it first. So if you ask this question from yourself before making an issuance all the times, you will be able to get the correct answer. What's the question that you should ask before making an issuance? What's the materials that I receive first? So issue that materials first. So I will have to issue how many units in this particular question? 108 units, 12th February. So out of the materials that you have received, what you have to understand, first material that you received, it is $2 worth materials. Then only you purchase $2.4 worth materials. Since $2 worth material is what you receive first, you have to make your issuance from the $2 worth materials. So first issuance should be made from $2 worth materials, but the problem is you have to issue 180 units, but $2 worth materials, only how many units are there? Only 100 units are there. So we'll issue that 100 units first. 100 units, $2 worth material. So whatever the 100 units that you are issuing, the value is how much? $200. Then remaining 80 units you have to issue from what? You have to issue from the $2.4 worth materials. Why is that? $2 worth materials are over now. So next what you purchased is $2.4 worth materials. So from that only you have to issue the remaining 80 units. So remaining 80 units will be issued from what, guys? It will be issued from $2.4 worth materials. So what's the value that you are getting there? You are getting a value of $192. So in total you are issuing 180 units. What's the value of 180 units that you are issuing? It is $392. So when you take your balance column, already you had 300 units. Out of that 180 units you are issuing. So it's going out of your warehouse. So that number of units will get reduced from 300, from 180 units it will get reduced. So it will get dropped to how much? 120 units. So after the issuance in your warehouse, 120 units are there. What's the value of that 120 units? Before the issuance, you had a value of 680. From that, 392 worth materials you are issuing. So before the issuance, you had materials which has a value of 680. From that, 392 worth materials you are issuing. So what's the balance that you are getting there? 680 minus 392, you are getting a value of $288. So that one is done. Now let's go to the next one. 23rd February, you purchased 150 units. 23rd February, you are purchasing 150 units, each unit at a price of $3. So for all the 150 units that you purchased, the value should be how much? $450. Now let's go to the balance column. Already you had 120 units. Now you are purchasing another 150. So your number of units will go up to how much? 270. Before the purchase, you had inventory which has a value of 288. Now you are purchasing inventory which has a value of 450. So what's the new value should be? 288 plus 450. You are getting a value of $738. So I'll write and keep it here. 288 plus 450. Next one, last transaction. 27th February, you have to issue how many units? You have to issue 50 units. Again, ask the question from yourself. When you are making an issuance, you have to issue whatever the materials that you receive first under the FIFO method. So in this question, what's the material that you receive first? It's a $2 worth material, but $2 worth materials are over. It's finished. You issued everything. So you got to be little focused when you are doing the calculation. If you are not focused, if you can't remember the things, if you can't remember the materials that you have issued, there will be a problem. So you have to remember. So you have issued $2 worth materials, that is over. Then what you did, you issued $2.4 worth materials. How many units? 80 units you issued. So you have to issue these 50 units from what? From $2.4 worth materials. So let's make that issuance. 27th February, you have to issue 50 units from what? $2.4 worth materials. Why are we issuing from $2.4 worth materials? Because $2 worth materials are over. From $2.4 worth materials also we have issued 8 units, but still you have 200 units now. Out of 200 you have issued only 80, that means balance 120 is there. So using that 120 you can issue the remaining 50 units. So what's the value of that 50 units? Each unit $2.4 into 50, you are getting a value of $120. So what's the value of 50 units that you issued? It is $120. Then you had 270 units. From that you issued 50 units. So your balance is only how many units are there? 220 units are there. End of the month, how many units are there? Balance 220 units are there. What's the value of that 220 units? Before making the issuance, you had a value of 738. From that you are issuing $120 worth materials. So what should be the balance? 738 minus 120. The value is how much? $618. So this is the value of the inventory end of the month. End of the month, you have how many units? 220 units. What's the value of the 220 units using the FIFO method? It is $618. So this is how you have to do the calculation using the ledger, store ledger. Now I will show you a shortcut method to arrive at this answer. So if you use this method, you will be able to get the answers very easily and quickly. Now look at this question. 1st February, if you take, how many units are there? $2 worth, $100 units are there. So I'll take this one as a basket. Inside this $2 worth basket, how many units are there? Inside this $2 worth basket, 100 units are there. Okay, 100 units are there. Then what's happening? On 5th February, you are purchasing 200 units. Each unit has a value of $2.4. So there is another basket which is coming in, $2.4 worth materials basket. So in that basket, how many units are there? 200 units are there. Okay. Now next, 12th February, you are issuing 108 units. I said you under FIFO method, when you are making an issuance, you have to issue whatever the materials that you receive first. So out of these two, what's the material that you receive first? Obviously $2 worth materials. So you have to issue 180, but you don't have 180. You are issuing first 100 from this $2 worth materials. So that basket will become empty. The remaining 80 units will be issued from what? Remaining 80 units will be issued from $2.4 worth material. So in that basket, how many units will be there? 120 units will be there after making that issuance. Done. Next, 23rd February, you are purchasing $3 worth materials. So how many units you are purchasing for that one? 150 units. 150 units. Okay. And you are making an issuance on 27th February. Again, you are going to make an issuance. I said you, when you are making an issuance, you have to see what's the materials that you receive first. So $2 worth material is what you receive first, but it's over. So you have to issue that 50 units from what? From $2.4 worth materials. So I am issuing that 50 units from this $2.4 worth materials from 120. If I issue 50, so balance will be how many units? 70 units. Now my month is over. End of the month, what's the inventory that I have? What you have to understand, $2.4 worth materials, 70 units are there. And in my $3 worth material basket, all the units are there end of the month. So end of the month in total, how many units are there? 220 units are there. So let's see what's the value of that 220 units. 70 units are there. Each unit value is 2.4. So there you are getting a value of 168. And you have 150 units, which each unit has a value of $450. So what's the total value that you are getting? 450 plus 168. You are getting a value of $618. So end of the month, you have 220 units. What's the value of that 220 units? $618. Now here see this answer and this answer, both the answers are same. So here in second method, we calculated the answer using the FIFO method using a shortcut method. So using the shortcut method, if you have like MCQ type of questions, you will be able to get the answers very easily. So like this, I have done more videos in accounting. You can subscribe my channel and hit the notification button and keep. So once I post a new video, you will be able to watch the video and you will get the notification of my new videos. And I have done certain accounting courses as well, like for Cambridge O-Level, A-Level, Edexcel O-Level, A-Level, ACCA, CIMA. I have done certain accounting courses for a very reasonable prices. So you can check all the details in the description if you are expecting to follow any of the accounting course. Then let's meet again with my next video.